Hello everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 34 of our 90-day transformation series from mediocrity to mastery. And today we're going to talk about your mission in life. Your mission in life, right? And I remember many years ago I went to Tony Robbins' seminar, and one thing that stuck out to me was he says, the most unfulfilled people in the world are those that have a job. Those that are sort of semi-fulfilled are those that have a career. And the most fulfilled people in life are those that have a mission, right? So that stuck with me, that one, right? And it's possible to have a job and still have a mission within that job or outside of that job, right? It's possible to have that. So it's a general sort of thing, if you know what I mean. For me, it never made any sense. It never made any sense to go and work in a job that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't want to do. To me, it was just like survival mode. It was like, what do you do if there's an ice age, or there's a storm's come through, or there's an earthquake? You're in survival mode, right? But then you work everything out and you get your life back together, and you do what you have to do to get back on track. To me, having a job that you don't like is like being off track. It's like being in survival mode. It's like you're in an ice age and you're just doing whatever you can to survive. So to me, that didn't make much sense. And I'm seeing people who would work in a job that they would complain about week in, week out, for their whole life. People who have been in the same job for over a decade, and they said they didn't like their job. To me, that never made any sense whatsoever. And so, even though I've had a ton of jobs, which have been like stepping stones, so sometimes linked to other things I was doing, like I was traveling. Maybe I was living in a country training in martial arts, and I would get a job to be able to give me enough money to be able to do what I love to do, to be able to be on the road of my mission, right? So sometimes, it's if we are in a job that we don't like, but to just quit and say, I'm quitting, I'm just going to go do something else right now, that could be very irresponsible, and that might not be a very wise thing to do if if we have a family to feed and bills to pay and stuff like that. Just say, okay, that's it, I'm quitting, I'm just going to do what I love and love what I do, and the money will follow. I've done that in the past, and it generally doesn't work out, right? You have to have some really some strategies in place, some proven strategies that are going to work for you if you're to step out of that workplace, right? So sometimes it's being in your job and then linking how that is fulfilling your highest values, until such times as you can step out of that job and into the career or vocation or your mission in life that you can get handsomely paid for, right? That's what we're talking about. It's about doing what you love to do and getting handsomely paid for it. Yeah, the two together, and working out how you can do both. So sometimes it's just linking. So instead of being in your job and saying, I hate this, I'm so frustrated, and whatever else, sometimes it's looking at how that is serving you in the moment, and to be able to be grateful for the position, knowing that you're working towards something, right? The longest job I ever stayed in was for 9 months. Longest job I ever stayed in was for 9 months. And I stayed in that job because I had a focus. And my focus was, I was in a job that was paying me enough money that I could save quite a bit of money, right? I was able to save over, let's say, the equivalent of over $2,000 a month or more, $2,500 a month I was saving. And so I was able to stay in that job because I knew what I was going to do at the end of it. I was waiting till I had enough so I could buy a house and invest in a business. That was my focus, my whole time in that job. So that's how I got through that. That's how I was able to enjoy my work and not complain about it. Because there were other guys that were working there, and they they'd come into work on Monday morning. They had the Monday morning blues, right? Don't get me wrong. I wasn't that chuffed to be there Monday morning either. But for them, they just saw that as their lot. Like there's nothing else they can do. And they'd be there Monday morning, generally really hungover from the weekend, and then just going, come on, roll on Friday. So they were wishing their whole week away to get to Friday, and then it was like TFI Friday, right? Thank feck, it's Friday, you know? And then Friday to Monday, depending on who they were, some of them had a family and they go to spend time with their family. The younger guys would just go straight to the pub and just power drink the whole weekend. Then Monday morning you'd see them again and you'd say, how's your weekend? And then they'd say, brilliant, can't remember a thing. So it was like all the stress and the pressure and the tension of working in a job they hated all week, and then get to Friday, all that tension build up, all that frustration, they just drink it into themselves the whole weekend just to get rid of it all, forget about it all, but then Monday morning it's him again. To me that's like hell. That would be like hell to me, right? But what I was doing was we were working away from home, and I'm working as a steel erector, actually erecting steel structures, a huge shopping centre we worked on. And what I would do was every evening I went to the gym. And so every evening after work, we did 12, 13-hour shifts a day. It was long work. And then after work, I would go to the gym every evening. So my focus was always on growth, right? While I was doing that, I was linking that, okay, I can do this job, I can go to the gym, I can save my money, I'm focusing on my mission. I'm seeing how this job is paying me enough money that I can link it to my mission, right? And so that's how I was able to get through it. That's how I was able to spend 9 months doing that job. I didn't spend that amount of time in a job. And then every night I would read. I'd read personal development, personal growth books. So, you know, I was going to the gym every evening, going back to my accommodation, and then reading. So I was focusing on growth and personal development the whole time that I was doing that job, and then saving the money and watching my money grow in the bank account, knowing that at the end of 9 months I was going to have enough money that I could invest in a house, invest in a business, and then move out of that job. So that was fulfilling to me, seeing that growth happen, if you know what I mean. But if you're in a job where it's just Groundhog Day, and there's no growth, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, then, you know, to me that makes no sense whatsoever. And so if you are in that position, then start focusing on growth. Start doing an evening class that you can learn a new skill or something that you can then put into something that's going to be fulfilling and rewarding to you, right? And just start focusing on your mission. Focus on your mission, and do that whenever you can, whenever you're not working. Instead of coming back from work and just plonking yourself down in front of the TV, you know, take your TV, sell it, and buy some courses with it, right? With the money. Just do an online course, do whatever. So you can start fulfilling your mission, what's most important to you in life, right? That's what's important. Because wishing the week away, that's no life. That is no life, and I know so many people that do it. So many people that do it. Highly intelligent people. People that seem to be like really switched on. I see them wishing their week away. Killing time. That's another phrase that I don't use. People say, I'm just killing some time. Killing time? It's your most precious resource. Why would you kill time? You know, use time to its maximum possibilities, right? By focusing on what's most important to you, right? And what's most important to you is not what's most important to somebody else. So don't judge somebody else for doing what's most important to them, right? We all have our own unique hierarchy of values, right? So every day to me, today is Friday actually, and you know, it's I tune into the vibe, what's going on around me, and I get that feeling, even though every day is pretty much the same to me. You know, if you looked at my life, the weekends aren't really much different to the weekdays, because every day of my life is a vacation. John Demartini, Dr. John Demartini says, make your vocation your vacation, right? And so that's what I've been in the process of doing, is I actually live in a holiday resort, and every day to me is a vacation. Any day I want, I can go to the beach, I can swim in the sea, I can swim in the pool, I can hang out in cafes, you know, just do the same stuff people do when they go on vacation. I also have a few hours that I will sit down and do some work, so a few hours that I will be playing with my son and stuff, you know, but that's also vacation stuff, right? And so, you know, every day to me, it doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's all the same. It's all the same, right? I'm not wishing any moment away. So this is what this is about. This is about making your life a masterpiece. Why would you make it anything else? Why would you make it anything less than a masterpiece? Make your life a masterpiece, and you know, that's what this program is about. And not many people will do it. I know that. I know this program that we're doing here isn't going to attract a lot of attention, because most people would rather be in denial. Most people would rather live a mediocre life. Most people are so programmed that they just don't have the desire to break out of their programs, right? So the few that are watching this, you really are the few. You really are the few. And if you're actually following the exercises and you're completing them, then you're in the really few. The really few. I think there might be like 1 in 1,000 people that will actually take this seriously, that will actually complete the exercises and follow through and everything, and actually really make your life a masterpiece. So let's carry on with our reading from the book, The Values Factor by Dr. John Demartini. Remember, you need this book to do the exercises, and you can get it on drdemartini.com. Check out more about them there. So we're on page 203, which is 203 my magic number, by the way. I've seen the number 203 everywhere for the last roughly 15, 16, about 16, 17 years. 16 years I've seen the number 203 almost daily in many places. I often get hotel rooms that are room 203. Many things. I'd wake up in the night and just check the time, and it's 203. Things like that, you know. So here on page 203. Make your mission a priority. Mary Kay Ash, founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics, once gave me some excellent advice for creating a fulfilling and inspiring career. She told me that I would be wise to every day write down the 6 or 7 highest priority action steps that I could do that day to help me fulfill my most inspiring mission or dream vision on Earth. She told me not to write down too many steps, or I might feel overwhelmed. Then they would just accumulate, and I would feel as though I wasn't getting everything done. Just write down 6 or 7 and get them done, and thank yourself, she said. If you think you can get an extra 2 done, you can add them, but make sure you get every single action step done each day. Otherwise, you have a goal overrun and feel unfulfilled because you can't complete the goals. But when you do complete them, reward yourself. So I did this day after day after day until I had fulfilled nearly 730 3 by 5 inch index cards with my 6 or 7 steps for the day. For instance, one day I might write on a single index card. Research 1. Research the greatest writings and quotable sayings from the most creative and inspiring minds on earth. 2. Rewrite their most meaningful thoughts, organized alphabetically by their last name, and compile them into seminar manuals and sellable books. 3. Share these books with my ever-growing number of students. 4. Travel whatever distance I need to be able to commercially share these newest ideas with receptive students from around the world. 5. Document what served the most people most efficiently. 6. Compile a list of experiences and accomplishments that I am most grateful for. I then looked back at the cards to sort through all the duplicates. I wanted to see which action steps kept repeating time and time so I could discover which were to be my highest priority action steps of all. Sorting through 2 years' worth of cards, I discovered that my 4 highest values were repeatedly revealing in these daily action steps. Time and time again, the kinds of actions I was taking fell into 4 categories: research, write, travel, and teach. These types of actions represent my highest values. They're on the front cover of my 1,400-page State of the Mission book, which I carry with me every day. This book is my workbook, in which I continue to identify and refine my personal mission, list ways to accomplish my current goals, and express my ongoing gratitude for the people I know and the things that befall me. As my life continues to evolve, so does my mission book, reflecting the path by which I fulfill my now inspired journey. Once I knew that my very highest priorities and values were, I made a momentous decision. I vowed to delegate away any task that was lower on my list of daily priorities, that would lower my hourly income and ultimate self-worth. And that did not truly inspire me, so that I would be free to do only what inspires me and what I do best. This decision was not determined by a fear of hard work. As you've already seen, I've been working pretty diligently since I was 4 years old. But when I realized what inspired me most, I also realized that the way to become a true master of those 4 activities was to focus on them completely. If I delegated everything else to other people, then I would be doing only what inspired me most. I would be loving what I did, doing what I loved, and becoming a master at it all. I would be living a fully inspired and fulfilled life, and I would be providing the world with more of the service of which I was capable. When you're doing something that inspires you, you throw yourself into it fully, with all the power of your attention surface order, intention surface order, and retention surface order. You work in such a sustained and focused way at your inspiring vocation that you become a master of it. And the way to maintain that sustained focus is to let go of every task that does not inspire you, so that you devote all your time and energy to the tasks that do inspire you. The tasks that are on top of your list rather than down toward the bottom. Or, as I like to put it, the ABCs, not the XYZs. So today I research, write, travel, and teach. Those are the things I love so much that I can't wait to get up in the morning and to do them. Whenever I finish any one of those activities, I go right on to the next. Those are the activities that inspire me most. Now, what about you? I put a lot of energy into discovering what I most love, and I'm most inspired by, the activities that most fully express my highest values. Now, I am asking you to find out which activities inspire you and express your highest values. Okay, we're going to finish the reading there because the next section is quite long, and so we'll tackle that section tomorrow. So as you can see, we're looking to create a masterpiece of our life. You know, why not? To me, it doesn't make any sense to do anything less than that. It doesn't make any sense to live anything less than our highest values. why should we work in a job that we hate long term? Yeah, maybe in the short term, it's wise to stay there, to create some stability, so we can focus on something else, right? So we can have the money to pay for the course to start a new fulfilling career or something like that. So I'm not saying be reckless and just say, oh, you know, if you hate your job, just leave it straight away. You know, that can be a reckless thing to do, unless you're maybe a young person that's you know, free and single and doesn't have family commitments and things like that. Sure, you can get by, you know. You know, there's times when I've just done things and I've been homeless for a while or something, while I've just, you know, really focused on something, and that's been okay, you know. But now with a child and stuff, you've got to be a bit more sensible and responsible about these things, right? And see how and link what you're doing to your highest values, and then focus on growth and learning to create your mission, while maybe the job you don't like so much is sustaining it and fueling it, right? So that's it for today. Again, thank you for spending the time with me. Much appreciated. And remember to take action on everything, and don't settle for anything less than who you are and what you're capable of, because you are awesome. And you're capable of much more than you realize. And only when you step into the unknown and take actions that you've never taken before and do things that you've never done before, you will know that. If you don't take those steps, if you don't have the faith and take the steps, then you will never know how awesome you really are. I'm telling you right now, you're more awesome than you could possibly realize. So go ahead and take those actions that you know are going to give you the inspired and fulfilling life and destiny that you deserve.